What's up, my guys? Hot guy pro tip of the day. Get off the dating apps now. Do you ever wonder why you have a few exchanges with a girl on these apps and then all of a sudden they ghost out of the blue? It's because another guy beat you to the number. Girls don't want to waste their time having superficial, how's your day going conversations through Hinge. They're looking for a man to make the first move and move that shit along. Be direct, get her number, and secure a time to meet. Don't give her other 30 matches of the day a chance to beat you to it.
You know, for someone who doesn't like receiving advice about dating from women, she's actually not wrong in a lot of things. Dating apps for guys is like one of many options out there to try to secure a date, meet someone, maybe possibly have a relationship. Depends what they want, whether it's sex or a full relationship. You do have to try to get that number as fast as possible, see if she's interested in dating, because there are some women on those dating apps who just don't take the dating websites very seriously. They use it for validation purposes. They'll chat with you for a little bit. As soon as you ask for a number or to go out with them, they'll ghost you. But of course, in my experience, women ghost all the time. It's like every time I get 10 matches, right, 2 of them will really be a conversation, and maybe one of them will go on a date. And it's probably to what this lady said, is that out of the 30 guys she matched that day, she went with her top option. Of course, no one likes those empty conversations like, hey, how are you? What's up? Tell me about yourself. It's really hard to stick out in a conversation. I get it. And there's not like one method that works on all women. You just have to try. Just be yourself. That's the best you can do. And whomever accepts you for who you are is going to match with you, is going to want to go on a date with you. None of these advice about like, this is how you need to talk to them, this is what you need to say, this is what you have to do. None of those work. They don't work in the long run. Just be yourself. They don't accept you for who you are. So be it. I know it sucks. It takes a while. It takes a long time to secure a date, let alone find a relationship. Zooming in for the comments. I should have put this up earlier. One of them says, the line between he's not assertive enough and he's too pushy and arrogant is a line too thin to be measured by signs. That's kind of funny. Got her number. I can't even get her to say anything because if that's the case, I'm speculating here, but you're probably on the very bottom of her interest list. You might have matched with her, so did 25 other guys. If she's not responding, it's because you're probably on the very bottom. She's probably going to respond to maybe the top 5. It's kind of like hunting for a job, right? Trying to find a job. That's how it feels like. Oh, the top 5 get a response back. Doesn't mean they secured a date. They didn't secure the job. But there's still a chance. Oh, just like what I said, delete the app. Majority of these women use them for validation only.
My friend Paul's Bumble profile is fuego.
I want to go over this piece by piece. Hold on.
So I'm going to share it with you so you can improve yours. Right off the bat, hitting me with that high quality photo where I can see what he looks like. So many guys overthink this. I just want to know what you look like. And most importantly, he's verified. If you're not verified on Bumble, go do that immediately.
I recommend, I do agree with that. I recommend not like a full headshot. At least head to waist down type of a shot. You want a good high quality picture. A smile helps. Like, show your teeth. That does show. Women do like a guy with a good smile.
Bio tells me exactly what it is going to be like to spend time with him with specifics. If I like the outdoors, I'm swiping right. And if I don't, I'm swiping left. And that's okay.
This is important to write. Just write down who you are. What you like. What do you enjoy doing? That's way you can match with someone. Don't put any BS in there thinking, oh, women like this, I'll get more numbers. Then you're going to hate yourself. It's not going to last long. And what's unfortunate for this is that women don't take this advice. Some of the profiles women have is just horrible. I like to eat. Yes, so does everybody. I like to travel. It means they want you to pay for it. It's very bland. And gosh, I've seen so many that says, I have no idea what to put on here, so here's this. But they expect you to write an immaculate, full, detailed description on there. I know, it's frustrating, guys. It's one of the things you have to do, right? One of the many options is, dating apps and stuff.
Hey, I strongly feel he would not be asked to officiate a wedding if he was not a good guy.
Ooh, she said good guy. Women don't like good guys. They like to treat you like their gay friend if you're a good guy. But they don't want to go to bed with you if you're a good guy. For the most part. I'm not saying all women. Most women. Yeah.
It is also social proof that he's got friends. Plus, he scuba dives and is learning Spanish. Trust me, this is another high
I agree with that. Show that you got friends. Show that you're a little sociable, not like some weirdo in a basement. That's always a plus.
quality great photo. And this has got me wondering, does Paul have a boat? This is giving me future.
Does Paul have a boat? Oh my, now we're getting meticulous here. Does he have the money, right?
Dad vibes. Tells me he doesn't take himself too seriously, and I love when the prompt and the photo correlate.
I mean, having a baby, you know, your nephew or niece, sure. I mean, it shows that you're a family guy. Sure, some women like that, right? Especially if they're looking for a relationship. So I kind of agree with that point. Let's see what the comments have to say. Yeah, she won't sleep with him. The why can't I find a guy like you profile? Guys, don't listen to women. Stay offline dating.
Is dating today, in your opinion, harder than it's ever been?
I was friends with my boyfriend before we started dating, and I feel like that's a more natural transition.
Good for this girl. That like never happens. Where you start off as friends and then you transition into dating and boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, kudos to this girl, because that never happens. And most guys, they know what I'm talking about. It sucks being stuck in the friend zone. And then immediately when you express your feelings, you want to start dating and start a relationship, typically gets awkward. She's like, typically says, I don't see you that way. Again, I'm saying most women, not all. This woman, good for her.
Than like seeing features on your screen and trying to make a decision based on like a list of things.
People just try and avoid things because I think they're scared to say things straight up. One red flag.
Yeah, I mean, communication is very important, right? Even if it's uncomfortable. If you're starting to like someone, dating, this is who I am. If they don't like you for who you are, you will eventually find someone who will appreciate you for who you are. Don't lie, don't fake it, because in the long run, it's just going to fall apart.
And you're kind of like, oh, I could go find somewhere else. You don't need to have one person when you could have like 5.
Honestly?
I mean, red flag is subjective, but yes, don't get me wrong. There are legit red flags out there like felonies and stuff like that. I get it, but red flag, maybe a red flag is like, oh, this guy doesn't make a lot of money right now, but does he have potential? Stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I've had really bad luck. So everything. Like, I've been treated like shit.
That's unfortunate for this girl because she looks very attractive. It makes me wonder what her preferences are. She's probably not into the nice guy. That's just a speculation. Of course, I could be totally wrong. But she's been treated like shit in the past. Like, what type of men is she attracted to that draws her to these type of guys? Is he trying to be a fixer-upper type of woman? Because that, like, never works.
I think a big part of it is because of social media.
People see a lot, they exposed to a lot. They're always looking for better.
Yeah, better. I agree with that. People think they can always find what's better. Just like earlier, you know, one woman can get like 30 matches in a day and she's going to go for the top. And the next day, you know what? I think there's a new top now. And the next day, oh, there's another new top out there.
Everyone is always looking for the best thing, and they always think something else is around the corner, and you almost have too much access to too many people.
Yeah, just like what I mentioned earlier. Let's see what the comments have to say. I don't even try anymore. I go to work, paint, work out, and sleep. I mean, you know, if you're not trying to find a mate, I get it. You know, you just worry about yourself. I understand dating is hard. Don't get me wrong. You have to get yourself out there. And you don't have to be exclusive to dating apps. If that's not your thing, I know it's an option. A lot of people do it. And there's a lot of success out there, at least to marriage for a lot of people. But, you know, if you're more outgoing, you go to, I wouldn't say the gym, but like specialty activities, like you join like a rock climbing club, a running club, a hiking club. You'll meet people there. You have something in common already. There will be opportunities to strike a conversation with them, and then you never know, things take off. Social media is absolutely destroying the world. I agree. Especially TikTok. That's why I'm not on it. People have forgotten how to be human beings. You know what? In a way, I agree with that, because so filled with insecurity and awkwardness when we're trying to talk to someone, especially someone you like, especially the opposite sex. If you're single, it gets weird, right?
Here are 3 ways to never get results on dating apps. Number 1 is to have selfies and mirror pictures. The average guy takes selfies, one that comes off feminine, and then your mirror pictures looks like you don't know how to present yourself, right? Number 2, stating your intent.
That's actually, I've heard that before. For a guy, don't take selfies. And I know it's hypocritical for women to take selfies all day and post those type of pictures online. It's a catch-22. I get it. And not to do mirror pictures too, same thing. You know, it's just as good as a selfie, right? You want someone to take the picture for you. But women can break this rule, you know. Rules for thee, but no rules for me, right?
Mentions in your bio for what you want. Listen, it doesn't matter if you're looking for a relationship or looking for a hookup. If you state what you're looking for through your bio, you're going to disqualify yourself from the women who don't know what they want. Number 3, not.
I mean, just be upfront of what you want. I agree with that. You know, just like I said, just be honest. This is who I am, and this way you'll filter through people who will not appreciate you for who you are. That's fine. You'll eventually match someone who has values that they align with.
Not taking them through a funnel. Stop setting dates on the dating app and actually take them through some sort of sequence so that by the time they're actually setting the date and you're taking them out, they are primed and they're actually into you. That's why I like to use my method called the dating funnel.
Dating funnel, huh? A sequence that you just, I mean, it's just through the conversation. I don't know. I'm having a difficult time with this one. Let's see what the comments have to say. Stay out of dating apps. That's my advice. Unless you're extremely attractive, you won't stand a chance. You have a better chance approaching women in real life or just go out and talk to people. One thing for dating apps that I do agree with, as long as you're honest and upfront, you can at least have an idea of what this person is. So when you go on the first date, you have an idea. Like, this is someone there's potential there versus someone you just met at a bar. Yeah, they were really funny, they were entertaining, but maybe they don't have a lot of things you value with. Maybe your political ideas are different. Maybe you have different values, different everything, and then it just falls apart. But that's just dating in a nutshell. You have to take chances. You will experience bad dates. Everyone does. It's one of those things with dating. Like, you both have to be in sync. Step 1, be attractive. Step 2, don't be unattractive.
To be honest, I'd rather just be a little lonelier than deal with all the hassle of dating. I'm really not in a place emotionally and financially where I can deal with sorting through a bunch of misses to find a missus.
I mean, this is titled Why Men Are Done with Dating. I mean, you can't just talk for all men. Yeah, are there a bunch of men who just can't deal with dating? Yeah, I get it. You know, after bad date after bad date, after one terrible breakup, after a divorce and terrible dates, yeah, men are going to get frustrated, but it doesn't mean all men are done. There's still going to be men out there who's going to continue to go out there and get dated because men want to get laid. Let's not forget that. It's not the only thing. Yes, they want a relationship, they want families and stuff, but that eye of the tiger, where they want to get laid, they're going to do whatever they can to make it happen.
Nowadays with dating apps, there's always something new and more exciting just around the corner. So many women I've dated have abruptly broken things off because they found something more exciting.
That's unfortunate. I mean, if you're with someone who has a wandering eye, right? I mean, there's people in that fine line where they want to date, but they don't want anything serious. That's more them. And there could be a good chance that they're not going to be upfront about that, right? This is good. This goes for both men and women about, yeah, I'm looking for something for a relationship, and the other person thinks so, but really someone just lied because they want to get some sex out of you, men and women, of course. So, and I get it. In the dating apps, they find something exciting, they go out with that person instead, and they ghost you, right? I'm sure you hear, just like me, you dated someone for a few times, thought it's great and exciting, and they ghosted you, and you're like, what was that about? It happens.
Is like taking on a part-time job. I don't have the time or the energy. I'm sure all of you can relate to that.
I mean, yeah, I can only speak for men. Like, dating can feel like a part-time job. It's like looking for a job, you know? When we don't have a job and you're trying to find a job, that's what dating feels like. And then, you know, you put in like 50 submissions in, hopefully someone says hi, maybe 5 of them respond back, like, oh my God, it's like a job interview. You're like, oh yeah, and then either one or none of them responds back or wants to follow up. So you have to repeat the cycle. So I get the frustration.
Social media, Hollywood, and porn have really altered the expectations of the general public across the board when looking for a mate. It's actually really messed up psychologically when a person thinks about it.
Social media, Hollywood, and porn, they do screw it up, right? It's true. It screws up people's preferences, right? I mean, a common preference for women is the tall, handsome, rich, funny guy. You get all 4 of them Grand Slam. That's what they're truly looking for most women. Not saying you women, you watching specifically. But a lot of women think that way. And for men too, right? They get discouraged because of social media and porn. Porn's a big one about, we want a very attractive woman. A lot of men, they don't want fat women. Some men want decently sized women, but not like overly obese. But man, I have to tell you, like, there's times where I met someone didn't really fit my preference. I wasn't attracted to them. Maybe they weren't in the greatest of shape. But when you get to know them and their personality is just on point, it just puts them up higher, and you just want to get to know them more and actually go out and have a serious relationship. And then you just forget all your preferences sometimes. I do have to, if I could give advice, and I'm not the best at real life financial advice or anything. I'm just some dude on the internet. Porn, if you're single, you gotta limit that. Like once a week or something. If you just get your relief off every day, you're not going to be so motivated to find a date or a serious relationship. You got to have that eye of the tiger and just really use that energy and go find a woman, find a mate, rather than just blow it off on porn. And then you're just, okay, I'm good.
Specifically, unrealistic expectations are held by people who conveniently hold themselves to extremely low standards but feel entitled to the best. More specifically, unrealistic expectations are held by people who act like victims when they're confronted with equally high expectations.
Jeez, that's a lot. But yeah, unrealistic high expectations. Let's unravel that, because I've heard that a few times. Like I already said, for women, right? And they get mad at men for this too. This is most women, not you, of course. They want the tall, handsome, rich, funny guy, as I mentioned earlier. However, when guys mention that they want someone thin or a little bit more attractive, like the ones on the, magazines or something, women point out that's unrealistic expectations. But no guy's looking at bodybuilders or whatever's attractive, like a Brad Pitt or I don't even know who women flock to these days for celebrities and be like, that's attractive, and guys go, oh, that's unrealistic expectations. I mean, just to repeat, it's just those preferences will get in your way to finding someone great. Because I'm telling you, like, though your expectations, like, if you meet someone where their personality is just solid and you just hit it back and forth, there's nothing better. There's nothing better.
3 ways to stop having boring conversations with girls. Number 1.
Okay, first of all, it goes both ways. Women can have boring conversations with guys. It can't just be the man who has to carry the whole conversation.
Stop asking interview questions. Does this sound familiar? You're on a date and you say, so what do your parents do? How many siblings do you have? Where did you grow up? Oh, it's so boring. Like, even the girl's gonna be like, I feel like I'm on an interview. Number 2.
Hey man, women do this too. Women do this too on dates. Again, it shouldn't be the guy who has to carry the conversation. If one party feels like they have to carry the conversation, it's not going to work out. You're not syncing. You're not vibing. Is this really a profile picture? Like, oh, I'll reserve judgment. I'll let the internet do that. I'll let the comments take care of that for me.
2, you want to ask open-ended questions. So, like, why did you get into being a nurse? How come you do this? So that way they can't answer it with a yes or no answer. Also, this allows you to dig a little deeper and really figure out why someone is passionate about something. And
you know what? I agree. This goes for both men and women, though. Not just men. But I do agree that, hey, ask open-ended questions, and it allows you to dig deeper. It allows an opportunity for follow-up questions.
Number 3, have a really fun question in your back pocket that you can pull on if you are feeling that the conversation is getting boring or stale. For example, one of my favorites is, okay, close your eyes. If you could wake up anywhere in the world tomorrow, where would it be and why? I recommend always having 2 to 3 flirty questions in your back pocket that you can pull on just in case.
I feel like if I were to do this on a date, my date would look at me weird. Maybe as a creep. It sounds easy, but honestly, come on now. Like, sure, you might have a good one, but what if you have a dud? What do? Do you just throw another one that could be a dud? Comments. Number 1, stop expecting good conversations from women. You can't have an interesting conversation with a boring woman. Dude, that's so I mean, like I was saying, it goes both ways, right? This goes both ways. A conversation goes both ways. It can't just be a one-sided conversation. And it can't just be the guy who has to hold the conversation. And vice versa. It can't be the woman who holds the conversation. Worst thing is when you ask open-ended questions and they give you short, vague answers when you have to carry the conversation. You know what? Sometimes I feel like if that's how you feel the conversation's going, like you're really trying to get this conversation going and you're getting short, vague questions, I think they just lost interest in you, probably when they first saw you. And if you're starting to feel like you need to just cut the date short and just, all right, it was fun, have a good one. That's just one of those signals. Like, you're not mad. And it's no one's fault, honestly. Like, don't get mad at the other person. This goes for both men and women. Don't get mad at the other person that you didn't mesh, right? You didn't vibe. Only boring people get bored easily. Something to think about. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it to that. That's a lot. So if you like this video, if you want more of these, let me know. Please like, subscribe, and please comment below. I do read the comments. And some of you guys got some good comments out there. It's hilarious out there. So thanks for your time. Have a good one. Bye.